Welcome home, AD. The Lakers were gone for nearly 2 weeks, but don't get too comfortable. Another long trip awaits at the end of the month. Things are looking up for the Lakers. Russ and company have gone 9-5 over the last month, with only 3.5 games out of 6th place. Tonight, Lonnie Walker, the fourth, gets his first taste of the NBA's greatest rivalry. It's the Lakers and the Celtics meeting for the 297th time. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock on TNT. The team split last year's meetings, the home team winning each game. Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet. Lakers brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Chris McGee, big game, James Worthy, Mike Bresnahan, Allie. We're going to hear from Allie later in the show. She is down at Crypto along with Mike Trudell, who returns from the long road trip. And it's always fun when we play those guys, big game. Always.
Yes, it is. It's one of the highlight games of the season, you know. Back in the day, you know, we had regular season and kind of anticipated, playoffs. But who knows now? Boston's looking really good, first in Eastern. Lakers are, starting to gel. So, yeah, it's one of the most anticipated games of the year.
There were years when you played, and you would play them in the regular season, where you both knew, unless something crazy happened, you were meeting in June.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
And I remember when this
and those were
absolutely. You know, we were tracking each other throughout the year to see where they were, where we were. But I remember when this thing started, it was my second year in the league, and we played them 4 times in preseason. Wow. And I was like, what's going on? It was like playoff intensity already. Commissioner Stern
Genius.
got that big CBS contract, Magic on the West Coast, Bird, Showtime, Blue Collar.
Yep.
Boy, that's when it all started. It was crazy.
I told that story the other day because I didn't know it until you told me, and the guy couldn't believe that 4 times in the preseason. It's genius. All right, the Lakers wrapped up their 6-game road trip. Some good, some bad, Brez. The team dropped 3 straight against the Cavs, Raptors, and Sixers. They had some flu to deal with and some injuries, 3-3. But with Davis only playing 8 minutes in Cleveland due to that non-COVID related illness, another free throw in Philly, this could have very well been a 4-2 road trip. The Lakers prepare now for a 3-game homestand. And big game, James, couldn't have said it any better, man. It is so close to being a 4-2 road trip, but the reality is 3-3. So you look at the good and the bad. The good that pops off the page, and Brez talked about it on our show yesterday, the offense has turned around. And it's not besides AD, because he's been out of this world. What have you seen from the group that's impressing you?
Well, what I've seen, and it's taken a little time to get there, is, guys who came here at the beginning of the season didn't really know each other. We always talk about how they have to get used to each other's tendencies, learn the system, a new coach. That took some time. But over time, they were committed to his philosophy. Defense, although it went down a little bit, they're still getting back into some good defense. And so now, after time, and after guys have gotten back on the floor together, guys are healthy, you get Schroeder back, you're getting some guys back. They've been playing together a little bit. They're committed to their philosophy, and they're starting to play well. But the key is the supporting cast. Reeves in particular, he's my favorite. I mean, not my favorite player, but he's the most efficient guy on the team. He really does so many things that you don't see on the stat sheet. Then Walker, not hesitant, not afraid to play, hits big shots, when needed. So, and then of course, Westbrook's attitude to sacrifice to come off the bench and keep that pace going. So all that's coming together now. They're tired of people talking about they're not going to do anything, and now they're doing something about it.
Yeah, I love that, James. And it's easy to say, besides AD, but you got to count for AD as well. If you take out the one game where he played 8 minutes, scored only a point, he averaged 41 points on that road trip. I mean, those are astounding numbers in 4 games there. But besides him, I think the 3-point shooting has really taken a nice jump for this team, right? We talked about earlier in the season, there was a game they shot 45 threes, another game where they shot 40 threes. And James, I understand it. A lot of teams are playing zone. Lakers had a ton of open looks behind the arc. And, you take it. You're like, I can do this. I'm gonna make 6 tonight. That has all calmed down a lot. During these 10 games, you see the graphic there at the bottom of your screen, the Lakers are 16th in 3-point shooting during these 10 games. They're almost 35%.
And that's crazy, Brez. 121.5 points leads the league.
Yeah,
it's the same offense that was historically the worst.
Inefficient, incompetent the first couple weeks of the season. So AD, can't forget that guy either. I mean, LeBron James absolutely doing his thing. But the shooting has really come around. Less threes overall that they're taking and more threes that they're making. Very efficient behind the arc during these 10 games.
Brez, Big Game just touched on him. We wanted to talk a little Austin Reeves. He's a fixture in that closing lineup. Right? I mean, he's earned that.
I feel like people, they keep waiting for the other
shooters. Like he said, he's one of his favorite players. That's James Worthy, right? Like we all feel that way.
That's a big deal.
For a reason, because he's earned it.
Yeah. I mean, people keep waiting for the other shoe to drop with this guy. Whether you're a Laker fan or just kind of maybe a media member or like an NBA observer, he can't keep this up. You know, he wasn't drafted. He barely came to training camp that year after a pretty good summer league, no doubt. But guys, I have bad news for the naysayers. The other shoe is not dropping. What you're seeing is what you're getting. Very efficient the other night in Detroit, 3 of 5. That's all he did. Not a ton of points, but all from three-point range. Falls into the crowd there, adding a little dramatic flair. Why not? His life is good right now as a second-year pro.
All right, let's get you to downtown for more on tonight's matchup with the Boston Celtics. We get Lakers reporter Mike Trudell. Hi, Mike. Welcome home. Kids missed you.
Oh, man, it's great to be back in Los Angeles, Skeeter, and to arrive, of course, to get to see Lakers and Celtics. You know, my first Lakers-Celtics was in 2009, and this was after, of course, the Lakers had lost in the finals the previous year. And it was very apparent quite early what that meant, not just to the Laker fan base, but like Kobe. Kobe was so locked in on that game and made sure that all of his teammates were as well. And they won that game. Now, tonight's maybe a little bit different, right? Just as both teams, and especially the Lakers, are still trying to figure out what they have going on. But that'll change, I think, as more and more people file into the building. So Darvin Ham was an assistant, of course, with the Lakers, so he has some exposure to the rivalry. Now, I just asked him how much he thinks about that with everything else going on in his own Laker world. Here's Darvin.
I mean, historic, the two pillars of our league, all the Hall of Fame players, all the world championships, classic battle after classic battle, be it regular season or finals. You know, it's just a lot of different stories woven into that fabric, and just happy and blessed and thankful to be able to be a part of it.
Boston's in a similar place in terms of the sixth game on their trip as you just were in Detroit, a little bit shorthanded up front, and just wondered what you've seen from them these last two without Horford and, of course, Williams yet to play.
I mean, you know, they've had to adjust their lineup a little bit, you know, just throwing different people out there in the mix. I think it's taken away from a little bit from their rim protection, their rebounding capabilities, not having Al, not having Robert Williams. But at the end of the day, they're still a very dangerous team. I mean, the way they shoot the ball, the way they attack you from the three-point line is second to none. I think they're top three in just about every three-point category, either first, second, or third. So we definitely have our work cut out for us. But the biggest thing for me is for us to go out and compete 48 minutes and not get discouraged if they happen to make a three that's hotly contested. We just, again, have to come out and continue to be ourselves, continue to get better at what we do, and not try to adjust to every single thing that they do.
Coach, because of the history between these two teams, will you say anything to them about the rivalry and what it means and what it has meant? And also, how do you attack a team that's been out on the road for a long time and has had its ups and downs?
You know, I'm not. What's the old coach, Newt Rockney? That's not my style. I think everybody's aware of it. You could feel the vibe this morning, shoot around. So they understand what it is. For me, I'm more preaching, you know, about us establishing our will on the game. Being physical, not settling, trying to dominate the paint, dominate the glass, push it every chance we get, you know, missed shot, made shot, make sure we execute, you know, in dead ball at the free throw situations, ATOs and the like, and come out and continue to build what we're trying to build here. It's early on, and just because it's the purple and gold against the green and white, obviously you're going to have that attention on the game, but you know, we're still building here, trying to reestablish ourselves, and they're at a certain level and as they should be. You know, that's a hell of a ball club, but we're trying to reestablish ourselves to get back up there to the top of that food chain as well.
All right, guys, so there's Darvin Ham. And, look who else we have here.
Are you on
Hi.
television?
Yeah, hi, Ellie. Say hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Allie.
That's Ellie. She's coming up next, guys. A little live tease for you. Yeah, Geeter says hi.
Hi,
James didn't say hi yet.
Brez, no.
And there's Brez.
Yep.
Okay, all right, we're good. Yeah, Allie coming up.
See y'all later. See y'all later.
Okay.
Good job, Allie.
See you
Yeah.
guys.
Way to step in front of a shot.
Wish her luck.
She can't
All
hear
right?
you anyway. So.
Yeah, wish her luck, and let's get a win down there
Yeah, we'll
today,
do.
Mike.
Okay.
Good luck, everybody. Good luck, Mike. All right, plenty more ahead here
we'll
on
do.
Access Sportsnet Lakers. Jason Tatum has averaged a career best 30 points per game this season. He's been off the mark the last 2 games, just 19 per in the Celtics back-to-back losses. It won't